Well, let's get caught up for the heat in the water. Taylor Jensen versus Kaimana Takayama, and looks like Taylor got off to a strong start, Waxhead.
And here he is starting off. Quick trip to the tip, as Kaipo says. 4 steps back into the bowl, banks it off the whitewash. That's something we haven't seen a whole heap of in this event due to the size of the waves. But he's toying with this one. Will he get the inside connection? With that 7.83, I would imagine there's going to be a little bit more left on this one. And finishing that in TJ style. So that's about as good a wave as you could hope for this morning.
Kaimana on the answer back here, gets to the tip. Oh, great steady performance. And out of the blue, falls. Was that nerves, Pete?
I don't know. I mean, from what I understand, I didn't get to talk to Kaimana this morning. He was feeling very confident about today.
Taylor Jensen, again, master of working the board, great footwork, and he combines that Waxhead with extreme power in his turns.
Yeah, I really like that step back sort of setup slash. Kind of gets him back in that power source, and really delicate feet for a bigger guy, Taylor. And tapping that one off the top again. So an amazing start here for Taylor. The opening 5 minutes, he's going to be locking in 2 keeper scores.
It's really cool when we look at the family tree of surfing. And here's a replay of a nice...
So that's the pocket. Right. That's the high pocket nose right. He steps back here, and that wide nose pearls, yeah. And he wants to get to Malibu, so he wants to prove a point. You know, he's not in the contest. He's here as a replacement.
Misstep there for Kai Takayama. Just went up to walk to the nose and missed a step.
Taylor, you know, not a gigantic lead, although 14 points is a really great 2-wave total. There's still opportunity here for Kai.
So here we go. Utilizing priority, Taylor Jensen gets to the nose, hangs 5 through that section, another 5. Some great footwork, and now it's turn time for Taylor Jensen. Carving turn on the outside, little mid-transitionary section in the wave. Glides effortlessly through. Beautiful cut down. And back to the nose for Taylor Jensen. And a nice big off the top for a finish. So Taylor Jensen so far in this matchup has been dominant. Speaking of styling, check this out, Matt.
You know what I love about his footwork, Matt, is that he literally takes these big steps on his boards, but it doesn't look like it. You know, like there's these surfers that'll delicately kind of move their feet up, but he takes these gliding big steps, and it doesn't look like he's even, moving.
He's surfing so well right now, and I did say in an earlier heat that he was CJ Nelson's pick, even though he wasn't, capitalized.
Saw it there. Look at it. It's actually a true barrel. I mean, he was under, in, deep.
Kaimana Takayama into a combination situation where he needs 2 rides of a 14.83 or better. He wants to break the combo right now. Gets to the nose. And steering from the nose like you were talking about, Matt. Beautifully done. That's going to be a point of difference for Kai Takayama on the outside. Let's see if he can make the connection to the inside. And he does it, gliding, head on a swivel, fading back and forth, a lot of redirecting, great footwork. And a nice finish. So best wave so far for Kai Takayama.
That'll settle the nerves in a big way for Kaimana. In relation to what we've already seen, there was that point in difference. Steering from the nose, not easy to do. And I think that design, like you said, off the tail is allowing that. It actually pulls the board and keeps the board. The water will run up the back of that tail and hold the nose down. And then he's able to really kind of start to work from the very tip of the...
Almost double concave out through the tail as well. So here he is, bends, twists the foot, the back foot readjusts. Very technical, and you can see the texture deck in that last foot on the nose, which is also a very unique adaptation here to the design. You can sort of see where the wax stops there, and right where that nose flips up. There we go. So lost a little bit of control there, and that one was just a bank off the top.
You bet we are One Ocean. Tag WSL Pure, hashtag We Are One Ocean. Show us what you're doing to clean up the beach. Getting back to action here with Kaimana Takayama trying to mount a comeback.
Yeah, that was a nice tight 5 there. Obviously not getting the 10, so if we see a slow-mo of that or a replay, there's a difference between something that looks like a hang 10 and an actual hang 10.
Well, again, you touched on it. Like a 10 is actually getting both feet all the way up over and actually having the 10 toes over the top, and that's a true hang 10. Very difficult to do, especially if you hold it for a long period of time. Today's beach breaks, you're not going to get that opportunity. So if you can do it and do it for a period of time.
Kai paddling into this one. Here we go. Trip to the nose. There's a 10. Back to the 10. Stylish cut back. Hanging with the white water. Smooth footwork with the cross step. Cross steps back. Lining up for the inside shore break. Waves going to steepen up again. Planing in the middle of the board. Here we go. Another trip to the tip. Touches the nose. Hangs through. And oh no. On his way.
He was on his way to a number. That was, again, we hadn't seen a full true 10 yet in this heat. That was there. Man, if he just completed that ride, we would have been going, hey, he's right in this one, would have improved. I mean, he probably still will improve on the 5, but I mean, we would have seen a score that would have matched Taylor Jensen.
Yeah, so up high in the wave, 10, readjust, 10 again through the whitewash, super technical. See that sort of like a slashing direction change just to get him back into the power source, but it's with those wide tails, you can't really smoothly transition. It's got to be a pretty exaggerated turn like that.
Well, he has a ton of rocker in that tail too, so it is, once it gets onto that curve, it wants to follow the curve of that tail.
And the big pin, so you got these big square tail. Yeah, Kai didn't get a run in Manly, and semi-final finish is super encouraging for him if it gets a run in Malibu, and Taylor bettering his performance there in Sydney as well. Oh, it did compete in Sydney.
Taylor Jensen on to the finals.